Hello and welcome to this Argent Waves Hwayoung pre-release review. Let's get started.
There's not a wave out there that I can't surmount.
I hate the voice.
Kept you waiting. I'm here. Who's a little cute? Let's see if I still got it.
Hwayoung, the leader of the biker gang Sura, who had retired from the role following...
Okay, no one cares. So hero introduction, perfect. I see 1.3k attack, that's okay. No defense, no health, so she's a nuker. 116 speed, which is like pretty slow. 23 crit chance, no bonus crit damage. 15 effectiveness. Does she debuff? Pretty sure she doesn't. Okay, release is crit chance, which is the highest gear score you can get, and sorry, self imprint is crit chance, and release is effectiveness, which is completely worthless. Very nice. Now let's have a look at her kit. S2, Advent of the Sura. After an ally uses a non-attack skill, activates, you get a free attack basically on the enemy with the highest defense. Why? Is there a red? I mean, I guess. Why? Okay. Okay, sure, whatever. So 3 turns cooldown, gives you 2 souls. Swallow kick. After, so she self-attack buff, attack the enemy, increase combinedness of the caster by 20%. So she gains a bit of CR. And 50% pen. When the caster is granted Vigor, grants an extra turn. Okay, so how are you getting Vigor? I'm getting from RS3. Let's see RS3. Attack all enemies with a water scooter. Increase combinedness of the ally in the back by 50%. That's very weird, I would say. Grants Vigor to the caster for 2 turns. So, realistically, you're gonna use your non-attack before you use US3. You're gonna use a non-attack before you use US3. So you're gonna proc S2 before you get Vigor, and then it's gonna be really awkward because you don't get the extra turn. So ideally you want Vigor before you use the non-attack skill. So basically she really kinda wants Cilias in her team. The issue is Cilias is not a very good unit right now, so... I don't know. Not really seeing it. Okay. S3 is 5 turns cooldown, also 4 turns with Molas, that's a pretty long cooldown. And then what's S1?
Ally in the back row by 50%. Grants vigor to the caster for 2 turns.
Yes.
When 10 soul is consumed,
They don't show
increases
RS1.
damage dealt. Skill 1.
Ah. Attack the enemy with kicks and dispel 1 buff. Why? So, no debuff. No debuff. Dispel 1 buff on S1. Wherever the fuck it is. So, they gave her a 50 effectiveness. Instead of like more crit damage or more like anything really, so they could give her Dispel on S1, okay. I mean, I'm not sold on that, but I mean, sure. So she also has no, she's very slow, no? Like she doesn't really CR push or anything. Like she pushes the backline by 50%, and she self-push by 20% for when she has 2, but like that's it. So ideally here, okay, so like the obvious combo is you pick Cilias, US3, and then you're gonna get Vigor, and you're gonna press S2, and then you're gonna extra turn right away, so you can actually play base speed Hwayoung, and then you just take the turn right away, and then you S3, and with Vigor on top, and then you self attack the buff on top, and then you push your backline. Okay, and let's see our artifact. 20% attack when attacking, the target is not. Okay, so 100% chance to ignore damage sharing effect. So that doesn't ignore damage reduction. So like Albedo, Armin, Armin, stuff like that. But it ignores Aureus, which is nice. Oh, it doesn't give HP. That's kinda nice. So that's best in slot for Gala. 100% best in slot for Gala. Aside from that, it's probably, I would say, I think it's best in slot for ML Celine. And that's all I can think of for now. It's probably best in slot on Hwayoung as well. So yeah, 3 units. Yeah. So ideally you want like to keep a few copies if you can. Yeah, you definitely want to keep a few copies if you can. The fact that it's like they could have just make it when attacking has 100% chance to ignore damage sharing no matter the level, and then increasing the level just gives you more attack. But then, yeah, small gate. So here we are. Okay, so overall, I think she looks dog. Like I think her artifact is really. I think her artifact is pretty good. I'll definitely pull for it. Like you definitely want like 2-3 copies ideally. Like Celine, Gala, Hwayoung if she ends up seeing play. But aside from that, I don't like her kit at all. Like my issue with her kit is that when like you really want to have vigor when you S2. Like because like even if you look at her S3, right? She doesn't self-attack buff when she S3. Like she doesn't self-attack buff. So when you S3, you really want to have S2'd before, basically. Because it gives you attack buff for 2 turns. So like you really want to play her with Cilias, but Cilias is really bad right now. And also, I mean, I don't know, like overall, she's blue, which is okay-ish, but she doesn't have guaranteed crit, which is okay because like it's something, it's not crazy good, but she doesn't have guaranteed hit either. So she can't really kill a green unit. She can kill Flan. She can kill Tori. She can kill Celine. She doesn't have extra attack anywhere, extra damage anywhere. She can kill Genoa. She can kill BBK. She can't really kill tanks. Like her damage doesn't really seem particularly crazy. Plus, you don't even get to choose which target you kick. It's just highest defense, which can be like anything realistically. S3 is an AoE, so it doesn't do anything. You just push your backline. Great, I can just pick like anything and push my backline. Like who cares? I don't know. So she's a blue unit. She can kill green. She doesn't really do anything against any of the fire units. She doesn't have any free stats. She doesn't really cycle much. Like she just gets an extra turn on S2. But assuming you have vigor before, otherwise she doesn't even get that. She pushes 20%, but it's only once every 3 turns, assuming you use a non-attack skill. She doesn't have immortality. She doesn't have anything to keep herself alive. She doesn't have damage reduction. She doesn't have stealth. She doesn't. Her skill activation is the exact same as Green Celine, who, by the way, one-taps her with S2. Yeah, I don't know. I think I've been wrong very often. Like I'm not gonna like I'm been wrong very often, but she looks extremely bad to me. Like unless she has incredibly high multis, but even then, like she has no pen on S3. She has 50% pen on S2, which is like not much.
Target's defense by 50%. When the caster is granted vigor, grants an extra turn.
12k, like okay. It's probably not even a particularly tanky Aronka. And then like she can kill Flan.
Skill 3.
Pushing the backline is like so weird in a way. Like why? I don't know. Okay, I'm pushing the backline. What does that even do? Like nothing. Like you have to think what am I pushing with her, right? Like what's happening in the game? Like I press her S3, just an AoE that does a bit of damage, and then I'm pushing my backline. Okay, like
to the caster for 2
Sure,
turns.
I guess.
When 10 soul is consumed, increases damage dealt.
Like, okay. Then what? Nothing.
Skill
And like the fact that this has the dispel is like I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really seeing it at all. She doesn't even synergize that well with Celia's because the rest one is kinda dog. It doesn't self push. It doesn't really like do anything very good. It dispel one buff, which is like it's gonna get resisted half the time, and then the other half. A dispel one buff is good to deal with units like Genoa, like BBK, right? Because you remove the immortality and then they die. The issue is she doesn't have extra damage in her kit, so you're gonna dispel one buff and then they're still gonna be alive. So unless you have a second unit going right after, which is like not always the case, it doesn't really do anything. And plus you need to land, which is not gonna like you're gonna face some ER stuff, you're gonna get resisted, you're gonna get 15%. Yeah, I don't know. Overall, she seems pretty bad to me. Yeah, like let's just go, like stop here. She seems pretty bad to me. Her kit seems really bad, but her artifact seems really good at the very least, or like pretty good. If Gala ever gets a buff, she's gonna definitely want to use this. Even in like BO3, you can actually play Gala, so this is best in slot for her. And I'm pretty sure this is best in slot on Celine as well, potentially. Because if you play Celine with a barrier, then she has lower HP, which makes her really, really hard to kill. And ignoring damage share on Celine is also really nice. Like, Celine doesn't really synergize that well with Wind Rider overall, because most of the time, you're gonna burn S1 turn 1, and then you're gonna S3. So even if you kill, you don't really take advantage of the Wind Rider. So yeah, this is a pretty good artifact. I would definitely pull like at least 2, I would say, like keep 2 copies at the very least. I think it's good. And yeah, but the unit by herself, I think she's, I don't know, I really don't like her. Like her imprint really is dog shit, her stats are kinda whatever, and her kit seems really bad. Alright, that's it for the review. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Peace.